Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. I wanted to give you an update because currently Cardano is climbing a little bit again. So Cardano obviously did come down here in this long correction. We identified then here in orange, this descending wedge, broke out of it, broke out of that descending channel. Very nice, similar to what we did here back in July before the breakout. Yeah, so all of that looking very similar. My buy orders triggered here in this region, and now I also added a short-term long position, as you might know if you've been following me. Really wanted to give you an update about that and how it's currently looking, because in the last video I told you there is a bit of a downside risk now, given that we have seen and identified here on the 4-hour chart a bearish divergence on the RSI. So you can clearly see here a very clear one where you make higher highs on the price and lower highs on the 4-hour RSI. It was not only the 4-hour, it was also on the 8-hour chart. And that is a fairly meaningful chart, to be honest. And if you see a bearish divergence there, then we have to understand there is downside potential. So what did I do? I did add two stop losses yesterday here in this region. I think around 15.5 was the first one. Around 114 was the other one. So basically when 114 was also, no, 114.5, so 115, no, 1.145, that was my entry point. Since then, it has not gone up that much, yeah. I am, of course, in profit here with its position, but it has lost a little bit of steam, and therefore I got a bit concerned and then added the stop losses, yeah. So, however, they were low enough not to be triggered here yesterday from this temporary dip. So far, Cardano is holding above this ascending trend line, but I don't really like the structure and how it's looking at the moment, because if you look at that, it really looks like you made a high, then you made a lower high. Yes, you made another higher high, again a lower high, and possibly now another lower high, and you're being pushed down again. Yeah, Cardano came now all the way up to 122. You can already see the wick to the upside. It doesn't look that healthy, to be honest. So of course we don't know, and therefore I leave the position open. I've got my stop loss set, which is nice. I won't pull it up higher. In the worst case, I just end this trade cost neutral if they get triggered. My target here of 126 has not been reached yet. We came all the way up to 124.5, so very close, but it has not been reached yet. So here around 126, I will take 50% of profit of that position. That is here the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. So far going according to plan, yeah. Still climbing higher. Stop loss not been triggered yet, but there is a bit of a, we're losing steam a little bit. Yeah, we could observe that today with Bitcoin as well. I think since then it has recovered a little bit, which has helped here Cardano. But what I certainly see here on the chart that could be happening is here at some point, and possibly even when we touch that 126 level, that we could see, and I'm not saying we will, but we could see a little bit of a pullback that could even come down, and there is definitely the possibility that could even come down to the $1 level once more. And what we could then have on the chart here, an inverse head and shoulders, that would be a massive reversal pattern. So let's say we do get rejected here. Of course, I don't know yet. This is just speculation, but at some point you need a little bit of a larger retracement. Let's say we get rejected. There is a good chance we find support at the $1 level, and if we do that, then I would say the low was in. At the moment, I can't confirm that because we have a lack in the structure. We don't really have a very clear structure here, what's currently coming up here. But what could certainly be the case is that we come down here and basically find support then at the $1 level. I mean, looking here at the Fibonacci extensions as well, from the low here at around 75 cents to that first high, which was at around the $1 level. Obviously, we did come down once more, and now we're moving up, and we have reached the 1.618 Fib extension at $1.17. You can see how we are currently finding support at that 1.618 Fibonacci extension, and maybe, I mean, we could count that here as a first wave 1, calm down, and wave 2. This could be a wave 3 here, and a wave 3 typically has at least a target of $1.17, so you can see that was reached, and we can certainly get to the 200% level, which would then be that 126, 127 level, where I would take a part of the profits. Okay, so from that point of view, we could really reach that level, get a pullback, maybe really then come down here to that, maybe $1 level again. Let's take a look if that matches any Fibonacci levels. Yes, it would then mean that we actually move up. We come down to the 50% Fib level again, absolutely possible, yeah. Maybe only to the 38.2% Fib level, and then move up in a next wave to the upside. This is certainly what could happen next. I wouldn't be surprised by it, absolutely not. A break through the 126 level, possible, and then the next target would be that, in my opinion, 163 level. And that 163 level is a very, very important one. I told you before that until we really get above 163, I'm not convinced that the low was already in. However, what would help is here a pullback now, maybe to the $1 level, a higher low. That would be a really good confirmation that the low could already be in. Because if you have a larger structure like that and then make a higher low, that would be really helpful in terms of determining that the low was really in already here for Cardano, and that we can expect massive gains over the next few weeks and months. And I think that is actually what everybody's waiting for. I mean, so far, generally it's all working out. You know, we came down a little bit more than I originally anticipated for Cardano. Then did come obviously below the $1 level. The next target would have been here, that 55-cent level. This is still not off the table, I have to say that very clearly. But obviously we had these bullish reversal patterns here that we talked about on the chart, and so far we haven't stopped yet. And I mean, to be honest, I've been telling you throughout Q1 that I believe that probably end of Q1 we could see a completion of the correction, and we could start to see them climb again. Maybe this is already that sustainable uptrend, but we cannot confirm it yet really. So it is still too early. It's still very early days, and it, in my opinion, certainly isn't too late to buy Cardano, because these questions always come up. But that is only my view, because if you look at where we're coming from and looking at the Fibonacci extensions, what they actually tell us where the price should be landing, I mean, we're talking here at least about a $4.05. I mean, that's the absolute minimum. Certainly it will go higher. So somewhere in here, $4.50, $5, maybe even $6.55 for Cardano, absolutely possible, and it could even go higher, absolutely. So these are the next targets for a wave 3. This here was a completion of a wave 2. Maybe we are still in the wave 2, possibly already completed. But again, cannot be confirmed yet, not just yet. And the wave 3 would be the next one to expect then, yeah. So still, however, here on the daily chart, we can see then also why I set the stop losses, because the MACD is slowing down a little bit on the daily and the RSI is just overbought. So even if we have a little bit more upside potential here in the short term, you do expect here at some point a retracement. Could happen really at any moment. Doesn't need to happen yet, but it could really happen. We need to be ready for that. And a logical level where that could occur would be here at around 126. So it is remaining here very interesting. All right, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button. And also leave a comment, subscribe, and if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.